This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic. All right, for this problem, we're going to find the y-intercept and any x-intercepts for the parabola y equals negative 2x squared plus 8x minus 3. Now, the y-intercept is the easy one. Remember, you let x equal 0, so in other words, if we put in 0 for x, what would y equal? Well, for this problem, notice you would get y equals, if you put in 0 for x, 0 plus 0 minus 3. So the y-intercept is negative 3. All right, so, and there's only one y-intercept for parabolas in that form. Now we'll see if there's any x-intercepts. We put in 0 for y. So if I let y equal 0, this gives me 0 equals negative 2x squared plus 8x minus 3. Now you could try to factor that on the right-hand side, but it doesn't factor. One thing I might do is I might put everything on the left-hand side of the equation by adding 2x squared, so I'll have a 2x squared over on this side, subtracting 8x, and adding 3. And the reason I like to do it this way, I like it when a is positive 2. So if I'm going to use the quadratic formula, but you can either let a equal 2, b equal negative 8, and c equal 3, or you could let a equal negative 2, b equals 8, and c equals negative 3. Let's do it this way. So for the quadratic formula, I'm going to first figure out the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, to make sure, oops, what is that? To make sure that we're going to get a positive number, or 0, because if we get a negative number, I'd have the square root of a negative number, and there would be no x-intercept. So let's see. b squared minus 4ac would be, all right, so I'm going to use this bottom one right here for my a's, b's, and c's. b squared, negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. And then I'm going to have 4 times ac, which is 2 times 3, which is 6. So this gives me 64 minus 24, which is 40. Now, by the way, you would get exactly the same answer if you had let a equal negative 2, b equal 8, and c equal negative 3. You would get exactly the same discriminant of 40. You can try that if you'd like. So let's get the quadratic formula going on here. For my x-intercepts, I know that x is equal, all right, so again, I'm using this right here. I'm going to use these for my a's, b's, and c's. Negative b, so b is negative 8, so that'll give me a positive 8 for negative b, plus or minus the square root of the discriminant, so it's a square root of 40, all over 2a, so that's 2 times 2, which is 4, right? So let's just write 4. So this gives you two solutions for x. And if you want, you can simplify this, or you can put it in your calculator as is. So one will be 8 plus the square root of 40 for the numerator, and then divided by 4. And the other one will be 8 minus the square root of 40 divided by 4. There's two different values for x. And I would use this if I was going to just go ahead and put it in the calculator. But if you were going to write the exact answers, what you would do is simplify the square root of 40. We're going to do that later just to show that it doesn't matter if you do that first or not. But let's simplify a little bit here. So if I did put these in the calculator, let's just go ahead and do that. The first one simplifies to about 0.4. And the second one is, I think, 3.6, or is it the opposite? Let's see. Yeah, I did that backwards. This is the one that simplifies to 0.4, and the other one simplifies or rounds to about 3.6 to the nearest tenth. So these will give me x-intercepts of 3.60 and 0.40. Now, if you wanted the exact answer, it's good practice, you can simplify the square root of 40. So let's just take a look again. When I have 8 plus square root of 40 over 4, you can write that as 8 over 4 plus or minus the square root of 40 over 4. Now, square root of 40, just keep that in mind. That's 4 times 10. 40, right? So that'll be 2 square roots of 10 over 4. So this is the same thing as 2 plus or minus. Now, the coefficient here would be 2/4, which is 1/2, which could be written as 0.5 square roots of 10. So what if I had put those in my calculator instead? 2 plus 0.5 square roots of 10, and the other one 2 minus 0.5 square roots of 10. Go ahead and put that in your calculator, and you'll notice you get exactly the same thing. This will be 3.6. This will be 0.4. So how you simplify it when you plug it into your calculator, that is up to you. But if we're rounding, you should get for your x-intercept 3.60 for one of the x-intercepts and 0.40 for the other intercept, x-intercept. So let's put that together. So here was our original equation of the parabola, y equals negative 2x squared plus 8x minus 3. And just keep in mind that parabola is going to go down because it has a minus in front of the x squared term. And we've got the y-intercept of 0, negative 3, the x-intercept of 3.6 and 0.4. Those are approximations, of course. And let's just see what this would, basic idea. So the y-intercept is down here at, 0, negative 3. The x-intercepts, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say. So we have an intercept at 3.6. So, oops, why does this keep happening? Sorry. 3.6, that maybe is about right here, and 0.4 is maybe here. So we know that the axis of symmetry is right in between there. So I don't know where it is exactly, but it's somewhere here. And so it makes sense, the parabola is going down, that it's somewhere up here, right? We don't know exactly where it is, and it would be going through something like that. Now this must be maybe way higher. I'm not giving it all the exact look of the parabola, but you get the basic idea that that seems reasonable. It's going down, and it would be going through 0.4 and 3.6 and through 0, negative 3. What we were asked for is just to find the intercepts, and so here would be our answers. This is your Math Gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic.